Hey there, folks. This is Steph from Results Nutrition Coaching and from CrossFit Harrisonburg. I'm super excited to have you drop in here on this Navigating the All or Nothing Mindset Nutrition Talk. This one is super, special to me because I feel like I have this talk with people all the time that come in here to try to get a grasp on their nutrition goals. And so many people, they just come in with this all or nothing mindset that, if they've screwed up, they keep screwing up. Or if they're perfect, they have to be perfect all the time. And that's so not how we conquer goals or get ahead in life. You have to have this mindset of, it's okay to screw up and move on, or, I don't have to be perfect all the time. And I actually read a book a long time ago, probably 10 years ago, and I don't even remember the name of the book, but in the book, it talked about how two control groups, I'm probably getting way ahead of myself here, but two control groups were given snacks to eat that day. And one control group was given a bowl of cottage cheese and fruit, and another group was given a bowl of ice cream. And the group that had the cottage cheese, I think the calorie intake was like 250, maybe even 300. It was, something, higher up there. And the group that had the ice cream, their ice cream was 150 calories. And the group that ate the ice cream went on to just take on that all or nothing mindset. They ate ice cream, they screwed up. So they ate more food the remainder of the day, like more not so great for you food, the remainder of the day, and ended up overeating their calorie goal than the group that had the cottage cheese. So even though their bowl of cottage cheese was almost double the calories of the ice cream, they actually got right back on track and continued eating their healthy foods the rest of the day. So it just like mindset really is everything, and conquering that mindset is huge. So let's dive in. All right, so at Results Nutrition, we've partnered with Healthy Steps Nutrition to support our clients using a framework that is guided, tested, and proven. We believe something as fundamental as nutrition should not be complicated, which is why we focus on a very simple and habit-based approach. But we know that helping you become the best and healthiest version of yourself isn't just about what you eat or going to the gym a few hours a week. We have to focus on a holistic approach and address nutrition, stress management, mindset, support system, and lifestyle. So it's not just one or two things. It's not being perfect, but it's trying to encompass everything as much as we can to create this holistic lifestyle that works. So like I said, we have partnered with Healthy Steps Nutrition, and we've done so for a reason. Healthy Steps Nutrition has helped over 45,000 people all around the world take control of their health. Here are some of the examples. I don't know if you can see that up close on your screen. But these are some incredible success stories, and we have some great success stories in our gym too. So if you want to create your own success story, that's what we're here for. We know that while this is simple, it's not easy, and that's kind of what we say around here. It's simple. It's what we need to do isn't that hard. It's just not always easy. But with determination, resilience, a growth-oriented mindset, you can overcome the obstacles and achieve your definition of success. And today, we're going to dive into how creating a winning mindset will help you propel your health and wellness journey. And I really think that, if you believe in your ability to persist through setbacks and stay focused on your goals, we're really going to get you there. All right. So mindset. Creating a winning mindset can greatly contribute to achieving success and reaching your goals. It involves developing certain attitudes, beliefs, and habits that can help you approach challenges, setbacks, and goals with a positive and determined mindset. So ultimately, cultivating a winning mindset is about maximizing your potential, embracing growth, and striving to be the best version of yourself. It empowers you to overcome obstacles, achieve success, and lead a more fulfilling and purposeful life. So let's get right to 3 tips that are going to help you cultivate a winning mindset. All right, tip 1, we are going to start by defining clear, specific goals that you want to achieve. So when it comes to defining goals, it can be helpful to follow the SMART framework. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-oriented or time-bound. Knowing your why, when you have a clear understanding of why you're going to pursue a goal, it fuels your motivation. So your why acts as a powerful source of inspiration, reminding you of the meaningful reasons behind your actions. This motivation helps you stay focused, overcome obstacles, and persist even during challenging times. I know for me, one of my whys is my children. So whenever I start to lose or dip in motivation, I think of them and their future. Always having that clear why is huge. Asking yourself this question: how will my life improve when I reach this goal? Is one of the ways that you find your why. Will your relationships improve? Your day-to-day activities at home or at work improve? So think about what in your life could greatly improve by you reaching a goal. Sometimes we start out with goals that are like, oh, I want to lose 5 pounds or something. But then you say, why? Why do you want to lose that? Well, it makes me confident. What happens when you're confident? When you're a confident person, you're a happier person. Well, what's happy or what's better when you're a happier person? If I'm a happier person, my family's happy. So there's this whole trail of success on why one little thing can be huge. And you got to kind of get to the bottom of that why. All right, outcome versus process goals. So outcome is the objective point at which you determine if if you reach your goals or not. Process goals. What are the things that you need to do each day to achieve your goals? So at Results, we call the process goals the habits and action steps that you will take daily to reach your goals. All right. So sometimes you come up with a big goal, but then you have to have these little processes that get you towards the goal. And those are the habits that we create. Ultimately, if you fall in love with the process, your outcome goals, maybe losing weight, gaining muscle, getting your first pull-up, whatever it is, it will happen. So in order to create the appropriate process goals, you need to know where you are headed, and that's the outcome. So we have a big picture outcome, and then we dial it back into these tinier steps that we take to get to the outcome. So I hope that makes sense. All right. So what people think works and what actually works. So taking small steps consistently, and we always say consistency trumps anything else, but taking small steps consistently can be more effective and sustainable than trying to make drastic changes all at once. So this is why at Healthy Steps Nutrition and at Results Nutrition, we focus on one small habit at a time. I don't let people come in and say, I want to lose 20 pounds, so I'm just going to do a crash diet, or I'm going to stop eating X, Y, and Z all the time, or I'm going to drink 100 ounces of water and cut out all processed foods and get 9 hours of sleep at night and we just focus on one tiny step and we keep building those little steps until we reach the big picture goals. And that's really what works. All right, we also have to plan for success. So planning for success is an essential step towards achieving your goals and realizing your aspirations. Here are some key elements to consider when creating a plan for success. Willpower. This is tough, all right? What comes to mind when you hear the word willpower? Determination, drive, self-discipline, self-control, etc. The list can go on and on. But psychologists characterize willpower in more specific ways, such as conscious, effortful regulation of the self by the self, the capacity to override an unwanted thought, feeling, or impulse. So it's at its essence, willpower is the ability to resist short-term temptations in order to meet long-term goals. It's important to note willpower alone may not always be sufficient to achieve long-term goals. There's so much to say about willpower, and I think I could go on and on. But one thing to note is that willpower it's in your brain, and your brain is a muscle. And the longer you go all day using willpower, the harder it is. So it's you're tiring out a muscle. That's why a lot of people crash at night and eat everything in the fridge, because they've gone too long resisting too many things all day and then crash. Or that's why you hear crash diets, they fail because you're trying so hard to resist, and then you just can't anymore. So you have to understand that willpower is like a muscle. It's using your brain. You're constantly resisting, and then you just ends up failing. Not all the time, but some people do. And that's why. So it's really important to understand that, yes, growing that muscle is huge and will really help you. but you can't say no to everything all the time. And finding a really good balance of what works, what doesn't, is really helpful in the long term. Remember, we're not trying to be perfect. We're just trying to do things well consistently. So understanding that and being like, oh, I have no willpower or whatever, will really help you grow this willpower muscle. I hope that makes sense. All right, so we need to set up our environment. Setting up your environment to align with your goals can significantly increase your chances of success. So if you're trying to develop your willpower muscles, set up your environment so that you're not constantly turning down things and having to say no and using that muscle. Here's some strategies to help you create an environment that supports your goals. You ever heard of the saying, out of sight, out of mind? So identify potential distractions in your environment and take steps to minimize or eliminate them. This could involve keeping tempting foods hidden in a pantry or having healthy foods front and center. If I put a bowl of fruit on my counter, both I and my children will eat it. If I put a bowl of candy on the counter, both I and my children are going to eat it. So you don't have to necessarily get everything out of the house, but maybe put it where it's hard to reach or you can't always see it, and put the things that you do want to eat right front and center so that it's super easy. You could even put chopped up veggies and berries or whatever in the fridge so that you don't have to actually prepare them when you want to eat them. They're already ready to go. So lots of things you can do to make, healthy decisions easy versus trying to resist and use willpower all the time. Maybe one of your goals is to start exercising in the morning. So a helpful thing that you could do is just lay out your clothes and your shoes right next to your bed, put a protein shake in the fridge, have it ready to go, get your water bottle ready. I will sometimes sleep in my workout clothes if I have to get up and go to the gym the next day. So anything you can do to get yourself up and motivated and going is how you're going to set up your environment. All right, let's see what's next. Sorry, I'm having trouble scrolling my notes here. Okay. Also, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Have you heard that? So be intentional about choosing relationships that are positive, supportive, and aligned with your values and goals. You want to surround yourself with people who inspire, challenge, motivate you to become the best version of yourself. Okay, we are going to create daily reminders. So tip 3, create a daily reminder. Seeing daily reminders can provide a boost of motivation and inspiration. They serve as visual cues that remind you of the reasons why you set these goals in the first place. This can reignite your enthusiasm and drive, especially during challenging times or when progress feels slow. I always put reminders in my phone, like just little alarms to drink water or, whatever I need to do that day in order to make sure I reach my goal. Some of my clients, we use an app and we have our habit, check off sheet. And some of my clients will have the habit of hitting 4,000 steps by noon or drinking half of their water by lunchtime. So we just have these little reminders in place to say, oh, hey, yeah, I need to do this by this time to make sure I stay ahead of the game and I'm meeting my goals. All right, we need to make it obvious. Some studies estimate that an average adult makes around 2,000 to 10,000 decisions a day. These decisions can include what to wear, what to eat, which route to take to work, how to prioritize tasks, and so on. With all the decisions we make in one day, why not make the healthy choice, the easy choice, okay? Make the healthy choice the easy choice. Here's an example. If you want to create the habit of morning exercise, then find an accountability partner, block off time in your schedule, register for the class the night before, pack your gym clothes and bring them to work with you, or pack your work clothes and bring them to the gym with you. So there's all sorts of things that you can do to make sure that you hit your goal. So if it's really important to you, then you're going to take these steps to make sure that it happens. Make it fail proof for you. With all of those decisions you're making every day, 2 to 10,000, that goes into that willpower muscle, right? And sometimes if you ever heard of decision fatigue, I tell my husband this all the time. It's at the end of the day and I'm like, I just can't make any more decisions anymore. So I have probably made like 15,000. So you need to have these decisions made for you so that you don't have to choose them and you're not tearing down those willpower muscles all the time. All right. We are not robots, FYI. Distractions and interruptions will happen. And what's important to understand for progress is that it isn't a straight line, and you're never going to go from point A to point B, but it's more of a dynamic process that involves growth, adaptation, and resilience. And I think that's what trips a lot of people up too. They just expect, I start something new, I've got these habits, I've got these goals, I'm motivated, and then one thing gets in the way, and then it's instant defeat. And that's not the case. That's called life. And what we're trying to do is navigate life so that you can continue to be successful. Non-scale victories, all right? These are very important to remind yourself of, especially if something else isn't going perfect for you. So remember that focusing solely on the number on the scale can be misleading and demotivating. I never step on a scale just for that reason. So I'm gonna celebrate all the other things that are going well and know that I'm progressing, right? Celebrating a non-scale victory can provide a broader perspective of your progress and help you stay motivated on your journey towards improved health and fitness. So, if you're getting stronger, that's huge. Muscle mass, especially as we age, is like number one. Increased energy. You have no clue how many times people have come to me and said, I have so much energy, or I'm not trying to take a nap in the middle of the day now, or I'm sleeping better at night, or, I'm a happier mom. All of these things are huge. And I think way more important than a number on the scale. Like if that's what you're here for, if that's what you're looking for. So finding non-scale victories during the process is what keeps you motivated to reach those bigger goals that we set at the beginning here. And then positive affirmations. I just did a talk on affirmations for achievement, so you can catch that one next. But remember, staying positive is a continuous practice. Be patient with yourself. Talk to yourself the way you would a friend, okay? Embrace self-care and approach your journey with a mindset of self-love, acceptance, and gratitude. If you wouldn't say it to a friend, don't say it to yourself. By reinforcing positive thoughts and beliefs, you will experience increased motivation, focus, and resilience, leading to improved performance and increased chances of achieving your goals. So we talked about our willpower muscles. If you are positive and you talk to yourself nicely, and say good things to yourself and start believing in yourself, you will actually improve that muscle that you're trying to create. And then the book soundtracks. I love this book. I recommend it to all of my clients. It's one of my favorites, one of HSN's favorites, and it discusses how to overcome overthinking. So overthinking is when what you think gets in the way of what you want. So maybe you can relate and struggle with self-doubt, imposter syndrome, second guessing yourself occasionally. So this book is great for that. One of the best things I learned is that, if I have a negative thought, I ask myself, is it kind? Is it helpful? And is it true? And if it's not kind, if it's not helpful and it's not true, then I need to get that thought out of my brain. So that's one of the things that this book taught me to do. There's a Healthy Steps Nutrition podcast on this book. It's episode 78. And it's called let me see here. Setting goals that stick a winning mindset, how to overcome overthinking with John Acuff. Anyway, if you look up the Healthy Steps Nutrition podcast, look up episode 78, you can actually get more information about the book with the author there. All right. Anyone have a biggest takeaway? This is your chance to think about some questions that maybe you could shoot me in an email or reach out in case you want to talk more. Talking about nutrition is my favorite thing. So think of all the questions that popped up and reach out to me. Now that we've explored the 3 tips, you can start focusing on how to create a winning mindset. So take a moment, think about we're actually going to talk about the 3 core principles that have changed the lives of people all around the world. So a little bit more about the nutrition program that we do here. So we follow HSN's core principles, 3 core principles. Number 1, we focus on whole foods first. We choose whole food options and less processed foods that are packed with sodium, fat, and sugar, all the excess. Like we don't need the excess. We need real foods. And a simple way to start this is by reshaping your plate using the plate method. Excuse me. So the plate method is basically taking your lunch or dinner plate and filling half of it with non-starchy veggies, a quarter of it with lean protein, and a quarter of it with starchy carbs. And that is a perfect way to get started by eating healthier foods. Number 2, we're going to focus on a balance of macronutrients. So when we say balance, we mean, does every meal and snack that you consume throughout the day contain a carb, a protein, and a fat? Pairing each meal and snack with all 3 of these macronutrients will keep you fuller for longer. Most people feel their best while fueling their busy days and activities with about 40% carbs, 30% fat, 30% protein. Of course, every individual is different and might have different needs based on your health, based on your fitness, whatever it is. But that's kind of a base that we go off of. So every meal and snack having protein, carbs, and fats in a 40% carbs, 30 protein, 30 fat breakdown. And then number 3, we're going to limit the amount of processed carbs and sugars. The American Health Association recommends no more than 6 teaspoons, that's about 24 grams of sugar for women, and 9, that's about 36 grams for men. And the average person consumes about 150 pounds of sugar a year. So that's about 46 teaspoons a day. So think about that. We're recommended to get no more than 6 to 9, women, men, and we're averaging 46 a day. So getting rid of some excess carbs and sugar can go a long way. So it's not surprising. Sugar, it's super addicting and it feels hidden in almost every food product that you find. I once did a Whole30 challenge and I was trying to buy sausage at the store and it had added sugar in it. So it's like, you really have to be careful. Like, sugar seems to be everywhere. And obviously you can't control all of it and you can't get rid of all of it, but limiting as much as you can will go a long way for you. Okay, so I've talked to you about ditching that all or nothing mindset, improving your willpower muscles, the core principles of HSN, how to talk to yourself better, setting yourself up for success. So if you want more, if there's something that more that I could do for you or give you, we do offer individualized group and family nutrition coaching. We do it face-to-face, Zoom, depending where you are. We use an app. It's a lot of accountability. I check in on you twice a week through video. I'm available 24/7 through the app messaging, and we do monthly sit-down meetings. So if you think that you really want to focus more and get some one-on-one coaching, find me at resultsnutritioncoaching.com or on Instagram. We're at Results Nutrition Coaching. We've got a little calendar where you can book a free kind of like get to know you chat and see if this is something that will work for you. Some of my gym members that we helped Mary Beth learn how to focus on her nutrition without counting calories. We helped Matthias eat more veggies, helped Holly. She actually went to the doctor and got her best blood results, like blood tests and all that, than she's ever had. So it's not always about like losing weight or gaining muscle. It's about health too. If you want to learn more, without necessarily signing up for a nutrition talk or a consult or something, you could actually go to the Nutrition Made Simple podcast. There's over 100 episodes where they're just talking about this stuff. So you can just plug them in and listen to lots of podcasts. I've listened to probably almost all of them. And there's stuff from women's health and hormones to sleep to nutrition, all sorts of stuff. So all sorts of ways that you can get more information. And then the last thing, if you are ready to check in with us and maybe get a consult, start one-on-one coaching, it's really easy. You just go to our website, resultsnutritioncoaching.com. You sign up for nutrition coaching. We've got a little calendar. You choose your day and time. You're going to meet with one of us and we will help create a customized plan for you. And step 3, you take control of your health with the support and accountability that you need to see all the lasting results that you have. We literally go through your goals. We find your why. We habit map for you. We get your big picture end goal. Then we create these little baby steps to get you to your goal. And then we hold you accountable every single day, week, month, until you reach that goal. So it's a really cool program. You get daily educational videos. It's all done through an app and in-person meetings. So That is it. I have held you up for too long. Reach out with questions, and I hope you guys will come back for more.